Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a Wednesday. I thought I'd show you an example of an ongoing puzzle. Again, the same example with how to grade them. Grading can be the key to learning, and it can be fun, especially if an older folk is trying to teach a younger person, or vice versa. A younger person trying to teach an older person to get in the habit of doing a Sudoku puzzle. So the point here being that every time you complete a row, you put a check mark on the right-hand side, a row of cells. Every time you get done completing a column of cells, you put a check mark underneath. And every time you complete a box of cells, you put a mark of some sort on the top right-hand corner. And every time you finish a number, you first check the 3 rows of boxes to make sure that number is gone. You put a horizontal line, one single line through the number. Then you come back and check the 3 columns of boxes and make sure that number is 3 times in each column where it's supposed to be, and then you squiggle the number out. You leave the number 1 last. Here's a completed example. You leave the number 1 last, and then you circle it, or you put a box around it, and you put an exclamation point through it, whatever you want to do to celebrate that the puzzle has been totally graded and that it is accurate and complete. Okay, today being Wednesday is a medium puzzle. This time, let's see that we not consult this bottom part at all. Let's not consult it at all. What I like to do is check for 1. Is 1 given in the middle? It is. So now I try to see, well, can I do 1s? So I go down this middle here. We know in the middle column of boxes, we have 1, 1, and then there are 2 options here for the 1. This one is taken, so we can complete the 1 here. Since we're on this bottom row of boxes, the 1 can come here. Left-handed Sudoku. Okay. So, with regard to the middle row of boxes, a 1 is here, a 1 is here. The 1 has to be in the middle. On the right-hand box, or in the right-hand box, there's a 1 here. So let's make a note. 1 and 1. Let's go above there. 1 here. 1 here, so the 1 can be here or here. So we go here with regard to this left-hand column of boxes. The 1 can either be here or here. All right. Now, the next place I go is for volume. Volume complete. So this box, this bottom right-hand box, is the one, what I mean by volume. So all but 2 are complete. So I simply go through 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 is missing. Oh, there's a 5 there, so that's easy. We're going to be able to complete this box. 5, and then the only other one that's missing is 2. 1, 2 is missing. Okay, let's see what other kind of volume there is. Volume is in 3 dimensions, either boxes, columns, or rows of cells. Boxes, columns of cells, or rows of cells, looking for volume. Okay, this one here, this bottom row of boxes, the middle row of cells within it only has 2 missing. Which are the 2 that are missing? 2 is missing, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is missing. Well, right away, this bottom box, middle cell, the 9 is here, so this cannot be a 9, therefore it has to be a 2. And therefore, this is a 9. All right, so once again, we're looking for volume. All right, so this box is missing only 3. Let's see if we can solve for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is missing. Okay, there's a 4 here. That means this could be 4, that could be 4. Let's put in those notes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing. We have any clues for 6? Well, there's a 6 there. So now here's how we get collateral benefit. The 6, we're looking because there's no clue for 6 thus far. There will, however, be a clue for 6. So 6 comes through here. Well, already these 3 are missing. But over here, 6 cancels out those 3. When we look at the bottom, 6 cancels. So we know that the number 6 with regard to this right-hand box can either be there or there, meaning the 6 will not be there. Regardless of where it is here or here, it cannot be there. Therefore, the 6 will either be here or here. Let's continue with this box. 7, now the 8 is missing. Look at here. 8 cancels out both of these, therefore the 8 needs to be right there. So that tells us that this is either 6 or 4, but wait, the 4 cannot be here, so it must be here, and therefore this is a 6. All right. Now, we just completed 8, allowed us to complete this. We see that 8 is scheduled for here. The only place in this box 8 can be, the right-hand box, is either here or here. So we make note of that. All right. Continuing on volume, note that in this middle column of boxes, the right-hand column of cells within that middle column of boxes only has 3 missing. Let's see if we can solve. 1, 2 is missing. Okay, well look, that cannot be 2. So immediately 2 can only be here or here. 3 is there. 4 is missing. Well, 4 cannot be here. So now we have pairs. Pairs are magical because we can now solve for this one, bass-ackwards. Here's how you do it. You simply go through the numbers, whether it's 9 through 1 or 1 through 9. Let's go. 1. 2 is going to be in one of those 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is missing. 6, therefore, has to be here. And we know 4 or 2 will be there when we get information. Remember, there's really only one tip to this game. Never guess. Never, ever, ever guess. Okay, this one is only missing 2. Let's see if we can solve for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing. There's a 5 there, so the 5. 6, 7, 8. 8 is missing. Now we have 8 here, Therefore, 8 can only go there. I know quickly see so far we cannot solve for it, so I make a note. 8 is going to be there or there. Okay. We continue to see about volume. Check out this very bottom row of cells. 1, 2 is missing. All right, 2 is missing. So 2 will either go here or here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is missing. Well, before I even put in the 2 8s, there's an 8. So we know 8 cannot be there with regard to this row of cells. Therefore, 8 has to be here. And therefore, that's 2. Let's see if we can solve for 8. 8's my favorite number. That's why my eyes tend to go there. So, again, this has nothing to do with math, folks. Nothing to do with math. You can hate math and still love Sudoku. So, I put 8 here. The 8 could just as easily be the letter H in the alphabet. It's a string of 9 letters, A through I. So I would be 9, H would be 8. We would put H's there. If this puzzle was converted, it wouldn't matter. Someday figure that out if that doesn't make sense to you. Okay, this far left hand column of cells only has 2 missing. Let's see if we can solve for it. 1, 2. 2 is missing. Well, look, 2 is in this box, so it cannot be here. So therefore, this is 2. 3, 4 is missing. Therefore, this is 4. Don't have to check. Don't have to verify. It's all been verified. 9, 8, 7, 6 is missing. So we don't see so far. Let's see the other one. Before we write it down, let's see the note. 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, and 3 are missing. Oh, we're not going to get it so far. So we should make a note. A 6 and a 3 and a 3. Oops. And a 6. Left hand Sudoku for a right-hander. All right. Let's look at this middle row of boxes. Bottom row of cells within it. So let's go 9. There's only 2 missing here and here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3 and 2 are missing. Well, look, there's a 2 there. So therefore, this must be a 3. Oh, look. It helps us this here. 3, therefore 6. And the 2 is missing here. So the 2 is there. Now I notice here 2 and 2, so therefore, with regard to this right column of boxes, we have a 2 here and a 2 here. Therefore, the 2 has to be in one of these 2 blank spots. There is a 2 here. Therefore, the 2 needs to be there. Simply looking to solve for 2's. We look at this top row of boxes. We have a 2 here. We have a 2 there. Therefore, the 2 needs to be in the middle row of 3 boxes in the top box, cells within the top box. So we have a 2 here. We have a 2 here. Therefore, this has to be a 2. And therefore, based on the notes, that needs to be a 4. All right. So, let's see, volume. You're looking for volume. I don't see it. Okay. So, let's see. This column here is missing 3. So, left hand column of boxes. Right hand within it. Right hand column of cells. 9. 8 is missing. 7 is missing. This is a 7. Therefore, 7 has to be in one of those two. But that is a 7, so it cannot be here. Therefore, it has to be an 8. Therefore, this is where the 7 goes. And now we can solve for this one missing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 is missing. So the 4 goes there. Now, we only have 2 missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing. There's the 5, therefore 5 goes there. 6, 7, 8, and 9 is missing. So 9 goes there. Now, we have this column of boxes, top left of cells, top left box, middle column of cells within it, within the top left box. So we can figure out what these 3 numbers are. 1 is one of those numbers. 2, 3, 4 is one of those numbers. So look, we're going to give us pairs. So those 2 can only be 1s, not that one because of those 2. But look, we have this pair, and so automatically we will be able minimally to solve for that one. So we know that this or this can only be where they occur based on this pair that's here. So which is the missing number? It's the number 6. 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 is the missing number. All right. So now let's look at this here for 6. 6 is here. We know 6 is not there. So it leaves in this top box, middle row of 3 cells within it. Middle column of 3 cells within it. 6 can only occur here and here. With regard to this top row of cells, the very top row of cells, there are 3 missing. Let's see if we can solve for it. 1, 2, and the number 3 is missing. So we say, well, the 3 cannot be there. So we're now down to 2. So automatically we can start putting in notes. 3 would go there or there. But hold on a second. There's a 3 there. So with regard to the top row of cells, there are 3 blanks, but the 3 can only go in that one there. By virtue of the fact 3 could not have gone there because of this 3, and 3 could not have gone there because of this 3. So it can only go there with regard to that top row of cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 and 9 are missing. 9 cannot go there. Therefore, this must be an 8. And therefore, the 9 goes here. All right. So now we have 8 here, 8 here. With regard to this top row of boxes, 8 is here and here. Therefore, the 8, we already had the notes. We know the 8 cannot go in either of those 2, so the 8 must go here. All right. So now, depending on the dimension that we look at, if we look at this right-hand column of boxes, or if we look at the dimension of the middle row of boxes. The middle row of boxes, from the perspective of the top row of cells within it, or the middle row of cells within it, there are 3 missing. If we look at the right-hand column of boxes, we have the exact same thing for all 3. for all three columns of cells within the right-hand three boxes. So since there's more volume with regard to the middle row, there are 2 rows of cells with 3 blanks in each, as opposed to all 3 columns of cells. Let's go here because there's greater volume and see if we can solve for these empty boxes. I hope that makes sense, but it's a good example. And we could discover pairs. So let's start just arbitrarily with the middle row of cells with regard to the middle row of boxes. See what's missing. Well, we know our number 1 is missing because we had put notes here. The 1 can either be here or here with regard to this row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing with regard to these two, the notes we made here. Let's see what the third missing number, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is missing. So look, 9 is here and 9 is here. We know 9 is missing, so automatically we know the only place the 9 can go is right there. Therefore, this has to be a 6. Therefore, this has to be a 1. I hope I did that slow enough so that you follow. All right, so now we've closed everything down. Let's see if we can solve for this top within the right-hand box, the top row of 3 cells. So it's 8 and 8. Oh, wait, we put an 8 cents, so therefore this must be an 8. So now we're down to 2. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 4 is missing. Well, the 4 is here, so therefore the 4 needs to be there. 1, 2, 3 is missing. So now we're only down to 1 with regard to these 3. So let's just stay within this top right-hand box and see if we can solve. So 1 is missing. We know 1 is missing. Well, there's a 1 there, so the 1 has to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing. The 4 is here, so the 4 has to be there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now remember, for me, this is just a reminder, this is never a race. I hate races because I usually lose them. That's why I hate them. So I don't play that game. That's a lesson you learn from Warren Buffett. You don't play Bobby Fischer in chess. The only way to beat Bobby Fischer is to play him in a game other than chess. Let's see here. So now we'd put in a 4 here. So we know this has to be a 1. Therefore, this is a 4. I knew it wouldn't accept that one. That did not look like a healthy 4. That's a little less unhealthy. All right, let's go here. 9, 8, 7 is missing. Okay, well, this has to be a 7. 6 is missing. The middle one's a 6. Well, we couldn't make it because the 1 had already been taken. So here we are, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so here's the saying for the day. Old standby, but it's a great one. 10 two-letter words. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. Or if I want to make the 10th of the 10 words a 3-letter word, I would convert it to, if it is to be, it is up to you. Y-O-U. Have a great day.